Hello, I'm James, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use appointment scheduling in Google Calendar. With appointment scheduling in Google Calendar, you can set up a schedule and then you can send a link to somebody who can then book an appointment in your calendar based on the schedule that you've already created. Previously, you'd have to use a third-party tool to do this, such as Calendly or HubSpot, but since 2020 you can now do this natively inside Google Calendar, and this is how you do it. Go to Google Calendar and then just drag and drop as you normally would when you're creating a normal event for a time period. Once this window pops open, click appointment schedule and then give it a name. So we're going to do one where people can book a 30-minute video call with us. So let's call it a 30-minute video call. Then all you need to do is hit continue. Once you've done that, on the left hand side this wizard will appear, which will allow you to create this schedule that we're creating. So first thing we need to do is an appointment duration. Because we're calling it a 30-minute video call, it makes sense to have each appointment have a maximum of 30 minutes. So let's select 30 minutes. We can then select what days we want this appointment to appear on. So what days we want people to be able to book this. So maybe a Monday, a Wednesday between 9 and 5, and maybe a Thursday as well. But maybe on a Thursday we only want them to be able to book between 11 and 2 p.m. And once you're happy with your schedule, you can see it's overlaying on the calendar here. Once you're happy with your schedule, all you need to go down now is click scheduling window. So this is how long in advance people can book you. So if you click on scheduling window, you can say available immediately, or you can put start and end date. So it's something specific, maybe you're having team reviews and that only happens during a certain period of time. You can put a start and end date for when people can book into this appointment that you're setting up. And you can also say how far in advance you want people to be able to see. So by default it's 60 days. I'd knock that down, to be honest, about 14 days. Give them 2 weeks to look at your calendar. I think 60 days is a bit too long for, to give people. And then you've got a minimum time before they can book. By default it's 4 hours, which if you're able to get ready in 4 hours for the video call, that's fine. For myself, I personally like to have that at 24. I want to have a day's notice that someone's booked onto my calendar. So if there's anything I need to get prepared in advance, I have time to do so. So you have this setting to adjust your availability. This is indicating times on specific dates when you're available. So you may say, for example, on here we've got Tuesday the 7th isn't actually part of the schedule, but I could click on here and I could select actually I want Tuesday 7th also to be part of the schedule. So after you've set up your scheduling window, the next option would be to book appointment settings. So if we click on that, you'll see you have a buffer time. So at the moment people can do back-to-back 30 minutes video calls on the appointment that we're setting up here. You may want to have a little bit of a break in it, so maybe not 30 minutes, but we could say a 10-minute break between sessions. So as you can see how it's updating on the calendar here, that after every video call I've got 10 minutes before the next one, so it's not just back to back all through the day. And again, you can limit how many bookings per day. So if you don't want to, if you only want to have, on this example, 4, if we put the tick on, only 4 people can, once it's hit the 4 limit where 4 people are booked in, then no more bookings can take place. So you can see on Wednesday here, if these first 4 got booked, then these other ones would no longer be offered. So that's how you can set the limit. So if you don't have too many meetings during a day, you can control it there. You can select which calendars that you want it to check. If you've got multiple calendars inside Google Calendar, you can pick it that you want it to check these calendars to make sure that it's not giving an appointment that clashes with something else that might be on another calendar that you have. Again, you can change the colour just to make it stand out in your calendar when you're having a quick glance. Then click on Next. And on here this is where you control your booking page. So when you send a link to somebody, they go to a booking page where they can book when times that suit them to meet with you. And this is where you control all those variables on there. So booking page, photo and name. You can give it your name, you can customize that, you can change the photo on there, you do that for your Google account. And next point, where you're going to meet, where's this video call going to take place? Because it's a video call, obviously it's going to be online, so I'm automatically going to have a Google Meet link included in this. But you may have it where you're going to actually ring somebody or you're going to meet them in a specific location, depending on your preferences. But for a video call one, obviously the Google Meet is the best option there. You then have a little description. And with this description, you can ask, just describe what you're going to be. So an up to 30-minute video call. Maybe you want to put some notes in there, what people should bring along. If it's especially if it's like a review, employee review meeting, you might want to say, well, bring over. You could do an Elon Musk, bring over your last 30 days of code to do a code review or something along those lines. But that's just to give the people who are booking a bit of guidance of what they need to do. Under the booking form, you then can ask for their first name, surname, and you can add an item. And I think this is really worthwhile doing. So on add an item, you can go here and you can click a custom item. And what I would suggest putting in there is a single question, make it required, is there anything I need to know in advance? Because they're booking with you and you're sending a link. You may even publish that link so anyone can book a video call with you. So for example, on my email signature, I have an option to book a video call. Anyone can click on that to book a video call, and there's probably a good chance that I need to know something in advance so I can be prepared for the video call. Otherwise, what's the point in having the call if they've got something they want to talk about but I've got no information about it? So I reckon that's a really worthwhile question to stick in there, just to make sure there's some value in this video call and no one's time's getting wasted. And then what you can do at the end is just set up your booking confirmation and reminders. So you can email a reminder to the person automatically that you're having a video call so they don't forget about it, because a lot of people can book video calls and then they completely forget about it. So it's always worth doing a reminder. Again, you can pick how long before the video call commences that you, or whatever you've got set up in your appointment scheduling, how long you want a reminder to be sent out before the due date of that starting. Once you've done that, hit save, and you'll now see that the appointment schedule has now been set up in Google Calendar. And you'll have this share button here. So if you ever need to share the appointment with somebody, you click on the share button, copy the link, and I'm just going to paste it into a new tab here so you can see what it looks like for somebody else who's coming along. So what they see is times and slots that they can book with me to have a video call. And you can again embed this into a website, or you can just send a link, but it saves you from needing to use any third-party appointment scheduling software such as Calendly or HubSpot. You can do this all natively inside Google Calendar.